This workout, as it says in the description, is your feel-good workout. It's going to be release of our neck, shoulders, thoracic spine / rib cage, and our hips, with a little bit of abs and some side lying and planking worked in. So enjoy. And here we go. So lying down on our back, knees are bent, gazes to the ceiling so that your chin is up off your throat. We're just starting with your 3 slow breaths in and out. You're gonna breathe in through your nose, expand your ribs, and then exhale, make that gentle SH sound. As you go through that breathing, I'm not gonna cue it, but I want you to feel how much expansion you can get in your ribs. And then I want you to see how long you can inhale. And then how fully you can exhale. We're not overdoing your core work yet. We're just going to kind of let the body be. And think about the movement of our bones. So we'll take one more breath in, feel those ribs expand. And then on the exhale, I want you to think about your pubic bone, draw into your belly button. Ribs get heavy as you come into your imprint. And then we'll inhale. Just let your body rock wherever it might, coming out of that. And then exhale again, pubic bone to belly button, ribs get heavy. And then on your inhale, just let it release again, see where your body falls. We're gonna do 4 more. Exhaling to the imprint, think about your bones moving, and then inhale a little release. Exhale to the imprint, and then inhaling to release. Exhaling to the imprint, and then a release. And you might find, right, with each breath it gets a little bit easier in the body, and then a little release. And we're going to take it into your pelvic circles. So we're starting on the right side. You're going to start to gently lift your right hip, but don't let that left leg fall out, and then you're going to draw it right down. Same side. Right hip lifts, and then down. This doesn't have to be big. And then down 1 more. 4 on the other side. We're going to lift your left hip up and then down. You can see that right where my legs aren't falling with me, but it's just the pelvis moving. Imagining your legs are staying almost still in space and parallel with each other. And then 1 more. And then we'll let that go. And we'll take that into your pelvic circles. So you come into the imprint, lift your right hip, roll over the left side of your pelvis. You go to your tailbone, so now you're in that arched spine. Lift your left hip, roll back through your imprint. Lifting the right, roll over the left, come to your tailbone, roll over the right, and then into your imprint. We continue with an inhale that brings us to the arc, and then an exhale to the imprint. Inhaling to the arc, exhaling to the imprint. 2 more in this direction. Right hip lifts. We go over your pubic bone, over your hip, and then into your imprint. 1 more over the right, towards your tailbone. We lift the left hip as we go over the right into imprint, and then let your body be. We'll reverse it. So you're going to come into your imprint, lift your left hip, roll over the right side of your pelvis to your tailbone, over the left, back through imprint. On the right, to your tailbone, over the left, to your imprint. Inhaling to arc, to your tailbone, and then exhale right to that imprint. 3 more in this direction. And don't overthink it. We're just letting the bones move, your fascia release, muscles get loose. 1 more in this direction. And then we're going to let that just go right from there. Into a little bit of a hip roll. So we exhale to the imprint, begin to lift your hips. We're going to hold up at the top. Find that expansive breath. We'll make that the assessment as you melt your breastbone and let the ribs just kind of ease right down. We're going to inhale, just find the neutral. Exhale to the imprint, rolling it up. Holding up at the top. Remember, gaze stays to the ceiling, chin up off your neck. And then slowly rolling right down. And then we're going to add a little rotation. So again, we're looking for the thighs to stay parallel with each other. You're going to drop your hip down, doesn't matter which one. I'm doing my left just for demonstrating. But again, my legs aren't falling out, they're staying parallel. And I'm gonna lift my left hip right back up. I'm gonna drop the right. Just kind of hanging there for a moment to see what kind of stretch you can get, like gravity stretch your body. And then back up. 2 more times through, we're gonna drop the left. And then back up, dropping the right. Legs staying parallel. And then back up, 1 more, we'll drop the left. And then back up, dropping the right. And then back up, and then we're gonna melt your ribs down. So you get a little bit more ease there. Inhaling at the bottom, we'll take it to that lateral translation. So you're gonna roll yourselves up, imagining your pelvis is on a skateboard. You're gonna shift your hips to the right, and then shift your hips to the left. So you might even wanna take a peek, make sure that you're not dipping one side down, but rather you're just sliding side to side. We'll do 1 more set at this level, shifting right, shifting left, coming back into center down 1 segment, shifting right, and then left. Breathing is normal. Wherever you feel compelled to take your inhales and your exhales. Again, keeping a level pelvis, imagining your pelvis is sliding on a skateboard. We'll end going to the left, come back center, down 1 segment, little shift. And you might find keeping a level pelvis is different at each segment depending on what might be tight, what might be loose and easy. We'll do 1 more, shift right, shifting left, to center, down a segment, shifting right and left. Again, it doesn't have to be big. You're not forcing it, we're not straining. It's kind of just seeing what the body can do. 1 more set, we go right, left, center, last segment, little shift right and left. 2 more sets, right, left, we're back into center, and then rolling right down from there. All right, arms up to the ceiling. You're gonna bring your arms up overhead. Wherever they can go, let them just rest. And you might feel that your ribs are just popping up there. We're just gonna let them be. Letting the chest and shoulders begin to release as we take it kind of moving up from your pelvis up to your neck through this one. So again, a couple more breaths. And then we're gonna start moving the arms with our breathing. So arms go right up to the ceiling. On an inhale, arms go back, let your ribs pop. And then on the exhale, imagine your breastbone sinks down as your arms come back up. Inhale, arms go back, you feel your ribs pop. And then exhale, breastbone melts down as the arms come up. 1 more, inhaling as the arms go back, ribs pop. And then exhale, arms coming up. Now we're gonna find your connection of your obliques. So as the arms go back, you're gonna feel the back of the ribs sink to the mat, breastbone gets heavy. And then inhale, expand the ribs as the arms come up. 2 more. Exhaling, the ribs get heavy, breastbone sinks down while we're resisting the ribs from popping up now. And then arms come up. 2 more. Exhale, ribs are heavy, the arms go back. Inhale, expand the ribs as the arms come up. 1 more. Exhale, ribs get heavy as the arms go back. And then arms come up. And then we lower the arms right down. We're gonna add a little spiral, so we're gonna open the feet wide. Arms out about 45 degrees. On the inhale, knees drop to the right as you take a look to your left. Like we've been playing with, right? The knee pulls down, it reaches away from you. And then we'll come through center. Knees drop to the left as you take a look to the right. And then through center, knees drop right. as you take a look to your left, and there's your inhale. And then exhale, ribs kind of get heavy as the knees come up. We'll drop the knees left as you take a look to your right, starting to ease the neck a little bit now. One more time through, we inhale as the knees go to the right as you take a look to your left. And then we'll pull the ribs down as the legs come up, knees go left as you take a look to your right. And then right on through from there. Gonna roll onto either side, doesn't matter which, perhaps the side that's facing your device. We'll take it into your spiral with those bookend arms. So we start knee to knee, making sure your knees are lined up with each other. Gonna inhale, reach the arm forward as we kind of face plant down towards the mat. And then exhale, returning into center. Inhale as you face plant. And then exhale to center, and then one more, inhale, face plant, and then exhale, center. We're gonna slide your top arm across the bottom, hand comes to the shoulder, knees together for the first one. Gonna open, straighten the arm, and just see what your chest and shoulder can do here. Taking 2 slow breaths. Again, knees are still in line with each other. And then we'll bend the elbow, hand comes to the shoulder as you unspiral, hand slides down, we're reaching forward, face planting into the mat. And then we slide the hand across the arm, across the chest, hand to the shoulder, knees still together as you open, straightening the arm. Couple of breaths in there. Then we'll bend the elbow, slide the arm. One more with this version. So again, knees are together. We're just spiraling the rib cage, hand over hand. We slide across the arm, across the chest, hand to the shoulder as you open. Maybe we straighten the arm depending on how everything's feeling. Bend the elbow. Let's add the bottom half of the body. So now your top leg reaches back as your top arm goes forward. We're putting space in your waist as you take your big reach. And we'll slide the leg forward, same work with the arms. Opening your chest, you might find you have a little more range of motion now with the rest of the body going with us. 2 breaths in here. And we'll bend the elbow, slide the arms, shoot the leg back. We're putting space in your waist. You might even want to bend your knee. I'll leave it up to you today on how much of a stretch you want to get. If you've bent your knee, you'll straighten the leg, slide it forward. Same work with the rotation with your rib cage, reach of the arm. Last one, we bend the elbow, slide, reach, put that space in your waist. And we'll slide the leg forward, opening the arm. You might even want to bring your bottom hand onto that top leg for an added little stretch. And then we'll unravel out of that, and we'll do the same work on the other side. So we're starting again with our knees together, 2 straight arms. We'll do just the reaches forward to begin. To get a reach forward, little face plant down into the mat. Come hand to hand, we slide the arm. Hand is to the shoulder as you open the chest. Try to keep your knees together. Straightening the arm perhaps, seeing how this shoulder and arm feel. And then we'll bend the elbow, slide the arm. Knees still together as you face plant down. Coming hand to hand, we'll slide, opening the chest, seeing how that arm feels. And then we'll bend. We'll do one more with this version, reaching the arm. Again, keeping your knees together. And we'll slide, nice open. Taking a couple breaths there. You might even want to extend the wrist, right, with your hand and palm are reaching away. And then we'll bend the elbow. Let's get that top leg going with us. So, top leg slides back as you reach the arm, putting the space in your waist. And we'll slide your top leg forward as we slide the arm, opening your chest. Couple of big breaths in and out here. And we'll bend the elbow, start to unwind out of that. Top leg slides back, top arm reaches forward. And we'll slide the arm, open your chest. Big breaths in and out. Compare and contrast, right, how you're feeling on one side versus the other. One more, big reach forward, putting that space in your waist. Slide the top leg forward, top arm opens. Nice big reach. And then we'll slide out of there. We're coming up to sit up, right into our mermaid, so your feet are gonna be over to your right. We're doing your staggered stance, remembering to straighten either leg if the knee or the hip, right, doesn't feel good anywhere. Otherwise, the right hand's on the mat, left hand comes behind your head, and we're remembering that our ribs slide the opposite direction that we're side bending over. So we're gonna inhale, get nice and tall, exhale, side bend over to your right, making sure your head doesn't drop, your chin doesn't droop, but your chin stays off the neck, gently with the back of your head pressing into your hand. We're breathing into the left side of your rib cage. And remember, we want to get that lift up like we're arcing over something on the right side that we don't want to touch. Big breaths in and out. You might find with an exhale you can go a little further, but remember not to sink down. We're lifting up and over, giving some space for your discs as you work. One more breath in and out, and then we'll go for the flow. So we're going to inhale all the way up, windmill those arms, exhale over to your left, and then we'll inhale, windmill the arms, all the way to your right, keeping your left hip heavy. Inhale all the way up, exhale over, and then one more time. And we're going to hold it, and then up, over to the left. Both hands are coming onto the mat, hands are about as wide as your shoulders. The base of your breastbone lifts up to the ceiling as your head hangs heavy, and you're gently pressing with the arms to feel the right sit bone going down, and then we'll flow it through. So on the inhale, you're going to drag your chest, feel your sit bones lift, and then that sit bone ever so gently presses down. Inhale, we glide forward. Exhale as you press. And then we'll do one more. Inhale, glide. Exhale as you press. Holding there, taking some breaths into that right side of your rib cage so you can get a little bit more expansion. Then we're going to lower down onto your left forearm. Right arm will reach overhead. And then we'll come right on up. Same work other side. So we'll swoop our feet over to the left. Left hand goes down, right hand behind your head. Again, you're gently pulling your head back into your hand. We'll take a breath in to get tall. Gonna exhale, side bend. Remember, you're going the ribs almost in the opposite direction you're side bending towards. Big breaths in and out to that right side of your ribs. Again, check in with your head position. It's not drooping, nodding chin to throat, but we're keeping length in our spines. And we'll take one more big breath in and out here. And then we'll flow through. So we're going to inhale all the way up to the right. Exhale, left sit bone gets heavy as we side bend. And then inhaling up, exhaling over, inhale as we go up. And then exhale one more time through. Big breath in. And then exhale over. And then one more. And then we're going to windmill both hands on the mat as wide as your shoulders. We're pulling the base of your breastbone up towards the ceiling as the opposite sit bone gets nice and heavy. Letting your head hang here. And we'll inhale, drag your chest through, that opposite sit bone lifts. And then exhale as you press, thinking about almost over rounding your upper back. And then we'll inhale, drag it through. And then exhale as you press. And one more here. Inhale, chest lifts, a little extension with rotation. And then exhale as you press. And then we're going to lower down onto that right elbow. Left arm reaches overhead. Couple of breaths in and out. And then we're going to take it into our extension. Now that our rib cage and upper back is all loosened out. So we'll come onto our stomach. We're doing our version where our hands are going to go right underneath of your shoulders. Legs are about parallel hip distance. We'll get that activation in your legs. Tops of the feet press down, so quads, glutes, hamstrings are gently active, pubic bone is heavy. You're going to glide your elbows and shoulder blades down as your breastbone pulls forward as you lift. How much can you really isolate this into your upper back, letting your lower back just relax? And then we'll exhale, lower right down. Inhale, elbows and shoulder blades glide down, chest pulls forward and up, and then exhaling down. We're taking 3 more. So inhaling, expanding the back of the ribs, and then exhaling down, and then we'll do one more. Shoulder blades and glide down as your breastbone pulls forward, and then lowers down right from there. Let's bring our arms to the field goal position. We're going to add the internal, external rotation with it. So we're going to lift your hands and then lower them down. Lift the hands and down. One more, lift your hands and lower. We lift the hands, lift the forearms, lower the forearms, lower the hands. 2 more sets. We lift the hands, forearms, lower the forearms, lower the hands, we expand. We lift the hands, forearms, elbows, lift your gaze, lift your heart, same idea there. We're going to stay lifted, lower the elbows, but keep your hands and forearms up. Then we lower the forearms, the hands, the head, neck, and shoulders. Here we go. So it's hands, forearms, elbows, gaze, and heart. We stay lifted, lower the elbows, forearms, hands, and then spine. 3 more sets. Inhale, and then exhale as you lower it all down. Inhaling to come up, and then exhaling to go down. I think we should do one more. And then exhale as you lower all that down. Right up to hands and knees. You know, we always do a shell stretch after we do our extension. Remember, that's pulling chest and abs away from your thighs. And then we're going to come right onto hands and knees and do a little planking work. So we've got hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We're going to take those shoulder circles where you start sliding to the right, sliding to the left, trying to keep your hands, for the most part, over your shoulders. I'll come back into the view of the video a little bit more. There you go, one more time through. And then we'll do forward and back. Keep your neutral pelvis and spine. Don't let the hips change the position of your pelvis. And then forward, we're loosening up the shoulders, loosening up the hips a little bit. One more time through. And then we're going to take it into the circle. So I'm going to shift my ribs right, pull forward, left, and then back. To the right, forward, left, and back, right, forward, left, back. One more time. And you know we have to reverse it, right? So now we go to the left, forward, right, and back, left, forward, right, back. 3 more in this direction. One more. And then back. And then let's come into a cat stretch. And then we're going to flip right over onto our backs. Wouldn't be Pilates, we'll do our half roll down without a little ab work, right? So hands are going to come behind your head. We gently lift the elbows for a little bit of that protraction of your shoulder blades. And let's exhale, peel head, neck, and shoulders up. We're going to do 5 of these. So we'll inhale, lower down. Exhale, curl up. Inhaling down and up. One more. We're up on this one. We're going to add our marches in. So let's exhale, stable pelvis as you lift the right leg. Inhale, lower. Exhale, left. Inhale, down. Exhale, right. Exhale, left. And there's our pattern. Can you find that expansive breath into your back on the inhale? Last set, right and left. Let's take it into the crisscross version. So now we're going to lift the right leg as we lift and twist. We alternate sides. Inhale, center, exhale to the left. And center, exhale, right. Nice big exhale. And you probably will come into a little bit of an imprint as you go through this work. Remember to stay lifted as you come through center. One more set. We're going to twist right, twist left, come into center, lower head, neck, and shoulders right down. Arms up to the ceiling for a little scissors, right leg, left leg, tabletop. We come into the imprinted spine, straight legs. We peel up, kick the right leg towards you, a little pump, pump, and exhale. So if I was watching you, I would be looking to see that your pelvis, low back, ribs, and head are still as you go through. And exhale. Remember, it's an exhale as you pulse, and inhale as you switch. One last set. We catch right and left. 2 straight legs up to the ceiling for lower lift, flexing the ankles. Exhale, tuck your tail as you lower. Point, inhale as you lift. Exhaling down, inhaling up, and here's 3. We're just doing 5 of these, and 4. One more. And then we'll bend your knees 1 foot at a time down onto the mat, and then we'll lower right down. Let's roll onto one side. We're going to do a little sideline series. Not a lot, just a little bit. So top elbow is bent, bottom knees are in a turned out position with heels in line with your hips, knees at the front of your mat. Stable pelvis. Exhale, we're going to float your top knee up. Remember, no falling back. Inhale, lower, and then up. We'll check in with your neck and your shoulder. Lowers down if anything doesn't feel good. And here's 6. Last 2, 7. 8. Hold it up. Lower the knee an inch and pump. From the back of your leg is where you work. 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. Top arm on the mat. Top leg straightens. We're going to get that little gap on the bottom side is for our kicks forward, and then exhaling back. Nice kick forward, and then exhale back. Big breath in and back. Again, here's 5 and back, and 6 and 7. One more, and 8, and then right back from there. Lower the arm down, bottom leg comes up to meet the top. We're gonna squeeze the legs together, find your gap on that bottom side. Just the bottom leg lowers, squeeze your inner thighs, little down and squeeze, and up. And here's 4, we're going for 10, and 6, 7, and 8, 9, 10, just the legs, down and up. 2, 3, you're lifting with your bottom leg, and down into our full side bends. Exhale up and down, exhale up, and here's 3, and 4, 1 more, and 5, and down. We're gonna roll right onto our other side. Bottom elbow bent, top hands on your mat. Starting out with our clams. Top hands actually not on the mat, but on your pelvis. You're gonna exhale, float the top leg up and down. And 2, and 3, 4, 5. Remember, top hips not falling back. And we'll hold it up, little pumps up for 8, 7, 6. You're pumping from the back. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten the leg. Now we put our hand on the mat. We get the little gap on the bottom side for the kicks. We inhale, exhale, pull that right back. Remember, no rocking is what we're looking for here. Big breath in and back. How's the gap? And here's 5, and back, and 6, last 2, and 8, and back. Here we go, we're lowering it down, bottom leg comes up to the top, just the bottom leg lowers up and squeeze. I want you to really work those inner thighs, and up, and 5, 6, 7, and 8, just the legs, they lower and up. So I'm lifting with my bottom leg, resisting with the top. And here's 6, 7, 8. We add the side bends, exhaling up. And 2, exhale 3, 4, 1 more, and 5, and then right on down from there. We're gonna flip over onto your back. Do a little piriformis release. So I'm sure you guys know what you're going to do. Right ankle in front of your left thigh, knee comes into your chest. Little release there. And then we'll switch sides. Little body scan, make sure you're not holding any tension in your neck or your shoulders as you work here. And then we're going to release right on out of there. All right, let's do our reassess from here. Taking those few slow breaths in and out. Seeing how much mobility you have in your ribs. Hopefully you're feeling a little more freeness. We'll do a couple of imprints. Same idea. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit looser there. We'll pull one knee to your chest. Rock yourselves up to sit up. We're going to call that your feel-good workout for today. Thanks for joining me.